David Arlett of Gen Xer Reacts, and I have another email from our friends at the Greater Idaho Movement. Now, for those of you who don't know, Greater Idaho wants to rip off a bunch of eastern Oregon counties and force us to join the state of Idaho in a right-wing paradise. Well, it was, I guess, a mixed election for them. It was a great day for candidates who support Greater Idaho. The vast majority of candidates who publicly supported us or voted for our memorials won re-election. That, by the way, was one member of the Oregon House and one member of the Oregon Senate. That's it. You go, the election is over and statewide conservative candidates who reflect Eastern Oregon values have lost. Gee, Greater Idaho. Imagine if you would have taken the almost $250,000 you had raised and supported those candidates. Maybe most of them would have won. Then you could have brought a motion before the Oregon House and the Oregon Senate, had it voted up, and then you could have gone to the voters and said, see, we've already got the House and Senate online. We just need your stamp of approval. But no, you couldn't be bothered to do that. In a lot of these counties in Eastern Oregon, they either haven't voted yet or they have voted no, and where most of the population centers are, such as Umatilla County. Deschutes County, which they have divided in half, and I suspect I know why, is where Mike McCarter, the founder of the Greater Idaho Movement, lives. And the reason it's gray and not red is because they have voted no to the Greater Idaho Movement. Mike, you can't even convince your own neighbors to support this crackpot idea. What makes you think you're going to be able to support the rest of Eastern Oregon if this were actually to come down to a legally binding vote? But in order to do that, you're going to have to change the Oregon State Constitution, the Idaho State Constitution, and the federal Constitution. You can't do that. You don't even have a simple majority in the Oregon House or Oregon Senate. The Idaho House said, well, sure, why not? The Idaho Senate says, we don't have time for this nonsense, and they refuse to even bring it up for a reading. So, Greater Idaho, here's what you've accomplished. You've saddled a bunch of Oregon's poorest counties with special elections and meetings that we are now required to hold 2, 3, some cases 4 times a year that can legally do nothing. But we, the taxpayers, still have to pay for it. Not you, Mike McCarter, because your county said no. They were smart enough to see right through this. Your neighbors probably know exactly who you are and what you represent, which is why they voted no, and why it's gray and it's split in half to try and see maybe if at least half of your county might support you. But you've run out of money. I've seen your donations go down, 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 as more people are saying, you know what, we've really moved on from this. But your preferred candidate has now won the White House, but you still can't amend the Oregon State Constitution, so you really still can legally do nothing. So what are you going to do besides try and beg for more money and hope to stay relevant? So, guys, I'm afraid you've already admitted here, and I'm going to slowly scroll through this so you can pause it and then read it for yourself if you want to, but you guys have already lost. You've known it. You've said it in past emails. I'll go ahead and link them in. So what are you guys continuing to hope to accomplish? You also now have cost a bunch of Oregon legislators their jobs because you took over $250,000 out of the system that those candidates could have desperately needed and used to get their name out there. But oh no, Mike, you had to make your vanity project here out of Greater Idaho and make a name for yourself so that people would talk about you long after you're gone. And that's really all this is about. It's a vanity project of Mike McCarter, the founder of the Greater Idaho Movement, and nothing else, because they already know that they can't do it. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hope to see you all on better days.